Hi guys, I'm Stine, COO and partner at the Native Advertising Institute. And I'm here to let you know that now's the time if you want to get your brand, product and services in front of the entire global native advertising community at the Native Advertising Days come November in Berlin. But before buying into any of our sponsorship opportunities, I have a few critical things that I'd like to share with you. These are things that potentially would cause your sponsorship to fail, and we don't want that. First, I would advise you to come up with a solid game plan for your sponsor activities. A good strategy with some built-in KPIs will allow you to prove actual value for your sponsorships both before, during, and after an event. You also need to figure out who should be the internal owner of your sponsorship. Internal management is very important for a sponsorship to be successful. So roles and responsibilities have to be divided internally as well. A good sponsorship strategy is only as good as the marketing flow you surround it with. So when you do a sponsorship, make sure that you have a solid marketing and promotion plan ready to let your peers know that you're going to be at the conference. When activating your brand at a conference, it is important that you think experience first. You need to come up with brand activation solutions that will make people talk about you. Nobody talks about ordinary experiences, so make sure that you come up with something that's both creative, innovative, or fun. That will make the attendees love you. And guys, missing deadlines is a big The deadlines are often there for a reason for the organizer to actually be able to plan and execute on the conference. So if you miss your deadlines, it just means that something else has to be pushed, and ultimately that's going to be very stressful for the organizing team. So respect the deadlines. In these GDPR days, it's no longer an option to wait around and ask for a contact list for the attendees post-conference. It's your responsibility as a sponsor to make sure that the attendees connect with you, relate to you, and remember you on site, so that when you contact them afterwards, it's not going to be based on a cold calling or a cold emailing strategy. Nobody likes cold canvassing anyways. Don't be the dull conference sponsor. When you're on site, it's also your responsibility to engage with the attendees. And that doesn't necessarily have to be at your stand. Go engage with the attendees, join the sessions, go join the roundtable discussion, strike up conversation, and make sure that people remember you and connect with you. That's ultimately what's going to secure you warm leads post-conference. Now, your marketing team may end up spending weeks preparing for this sponsorship activation. So if you decide to bring on sales staff and get them involved, make sure that they are properly trained and aligned with your overall sponsorship strategy and the KPIs you've set. If they don't know the KPIs, they're not going to be able to help you prove value for your sponsorship efforts. We would also advise you to focus on qualifying impact or outcomes instead of quantifying output. At the Institute, we can send out a certain amount of promotion emails, and we can secure that your brand and your logo is all over the conference. But ultimately, the impact, that's on you. So make sure that you have certain touch point before, during, and after the conference that would interest the attendees and inspire them to connect with you. And last but not least, make sure to allocate internal budget for measurement post-conference. Once you've done all the work, once you've been to the conference, once you've connected to all the people, it would be lovely to have a little bit of budget to actually measure and prove the ROI of your sponsor activities. That's also how you're gonna ensure more budget for your sponsor activities going forward. And with that said, we hope to see you as a sponsor at this year's Native Advertising Days in November in Berlin. Now go read the media kit and we'll see you there.